What up, gamers? Virtual Wizard here, and in this video I want to talk about my top 10 arcade games of all time. Now, if you grew up in the 90s like I did, then you know the arcades are dope and nostalgic. And in this video, I just want to get into probably 10 titles that really near and dear to my heart, and I want to share with you guys. Now, I actually wrote a list down right here because I don't want to forget. Now, games like Double Dragon probably won't count. And the reason why it won't count is because I believe that that game for the NES is better than the actual arcade title. So that will not be in it, sadly. So, going in our list, top 10. Coming in at number 10 is going to be The Simpsons Arcade. Now, you can't go wrong with that. A 1991 nostalgic classic. I can't believe that. I remember the first time playing that was in Chuck E. Cheese. Yes, Chuck E. Cheese back in the early 90s with my cousin and my brother. And I remember you could be Bart, Lisa, Homer, Marge, and it's just I love the colors too. The color in that game is fresh. And I remember Lisa's weapon was a jump rope, Marge's weapon was a vacuum, Bart had a skateboard, and Homer had nothing but his bare fist. But I remember playing that game. I played it for my Pandora's Key all the time, and I just had hours and hours of fun with that game, so you can't go wrong with that. That's number 10. And by the way, these are not all in order. I'm just going down a list of 10. I can't pick them all because I'm torn between all these titles, so I'm just don't yell at me. Alright, so going in at number 9, I wrote down, let's see, number 9 is Alien vs. Predator. Classic game. I believe that game came out in 1994, and I actually beat that game for the first time with my mother with the Pandora's Key. You can be Alien, you can be Predator, and you can be some other human. I forgot the name, but it's a lot of action, a lot of explosion, great colors. That game is amazing. That is number 9. Coming in at number 8, let's see, Cadillac and Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Of course, that game is amazing. I cannot believe how great that game is. Now, I've never played that game before in my life. Now, I added this to my top 10 because I actually beat the game yesterday, and I can't believe how much fun I had. I probably beat it in like half an hour, and there's so many things you can do in that game. You can pick 3 characters, I believe, and you can pick up Uzis, like guns, and shoot people. You can pick up grenades, trash barrels. You can run people over with a car, and the enemies are crazy. They're humans and they're dinosaurs. What are the odds? And actually humans that mutate into dinosaurs, which is kind of weird. But that was an amazing game, and I had to add that to my my top 10 favorite games for right now. Coming in at number 7, I wrote down Knights of the Round. Oh my god, how did I forget that? Knights of the Round, the medieval classic game from Capcom. I played that game yesterday as well, and I beat it. It's an amazing game. I think you get to be 3 characters, yes. And it's kind of like a Golden Axe game, kind of. It reminds me of that, but it's a classic beat 'em up, slash 'em up, beat 'em up, yeah. And it's just hours and hours of fun. Knights of the Round, amazing Capcom game. So coming in at number 6, ooh, classic SNK title. And I remember playing this game for the first time at my local arcade in Somerville, Mass. when I was a kid, probably like in '96, and that is Metal Slug. Metal Slug is an amazing game. It's a run-and-gun shooter. It's kind of like Gunstar Heroes, but yeah, it's SNK classic. And there's prisoners of war that give you they give you gold, and they give you like power-ups, and like you can change your weapons to like rocket launchers, shotguns, flamethrowers, guns like that. And it's an amazing game. I played that hours. I remember playing. I have the Metal Slug Anthology as well, but cannot go wrong with that game. Metal Slug, love that game. Coming in at number 5, it's a game that it's pretty tough game. Not pretty tough game, pretty tough to not put in your top 10 collection of arcade games, and that is Sunset Riders. The Western Konami classic, I believe, was also released in '91. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, so it's just like, it has the music actually reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time too. It's got that like upbeat, fast notes all over the place. But it's a country western game. You get to shoot people and just, jump on top of the the upper deck, if you want to call it, and shoot people. It's an amazing game. I believe it's a 4-player game. Played it for the Pandora. Thanks to the Pandora, I get to actually enjoy these games. But Sunset Riders, you can't go wrong with that. Coming in at number 4. Number 4 is a dope game that I had to add to the list. I was gonna leave it out, but there's no way. It is Punisher, the arcade game. Now, Punisher, the arcade game, is an amazing game. You can actually be Punisher, and Nick Fury for 2 players. And you can like pick up weapons, pick up guns, hit people over the head with bottles. It's amazing. And if you love Punisher and you love Marvel like I do, then you can't go wrong with that game. Punisher, amazing game. Check it out if you don't. And don't worry, I got some gameplay footage right here if you can't see it. Okay, so alright, coming in at number 3, classic game, another Marvel title. Everybody knows this title. Came out in 1992, and it is also Konami classic. X-Men. Yes. Now, X-Men, I've only seen once, the 6-player arcade cabinet. I've seen it once at, where was it? Good Time Billiards when I was a kid. It's an amazing classic game. You can be Wolverine, Cyclops, Colossus, Jubilee, Storm, and Nightcrawler, I believe. Yes. And you just... If you don't like that game, you're crazy. You gotta be crazy. Konami never lets people down. X-Men, one of my favorite games of all time. I haven't seen the 6-player cabinet since I was a kid. I've seen the 4-player cabinet, the 6-player cabinet, haven't seen it. And I remember at the end, spoiler alert, when you get to Magneto and he says, "Welcome to die." That didn't make any sense to me. I guess his grammar was off, but X-Men, gotta love that game. Alright, so coming in at number 2, and number 2 is very close to me because I am a huge wrestling fan, and that is WrestleFest. That just came out in 1991, and that is also Konami classic, of course, amazing. Yeah, I remember it's just like, you can be like 4 or 5 people in the ring at once and have like a Royal Rumble and like be Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, Legion of Doom, Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, Jake the Snake Roberts, Big Boss Man, and that game was just amazing. I remember seeing that like, and I remember those kind of Konami games that had the "Say No to Drugs" slogan at the beginning. Every time I see that, I think of WrestleFest. I know it's for other games too, but every time I see the "Say No to Drugs" thing, I think of WrestleFest. But yeah, WrestleFest is an amazing game. I love that game so much, and I'm a huge wrestling fan, so that game is one of my favorites. And coming in at number 1 is everybody's favorite classic. Now, when you talk about arcade games, and when the first game that comes to everybody's mind is what? The 1989 classic, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original arcade game. Turtles in Time, we'll talk about that another time. But the arcade classic from 1989. Now, I own that cabinet. I own it. Like I said, see? I own it. And it doesn't matter. Because even if I go to an arcade, I still play the game. I still waste all my tokens, all my quarters on that game, because you just can't not play that game. I love that game so much. I've beaten it like hundreds and hundreds of times. I have it on my Pandora's key. I have the cabinet. And, you know, if you have nothing to play, you might as well go to that game. But thank you all for joining me on that lovely trip down memory lane. Now, make sure you like, subscribe. Tell me did I miss any games that you like, and what's your favorite arcade games of all time. Until then, keep gaming on.